My name is Kristina Rosette. I'm president of the Intellectual Property Constituency, or IPC as we're referred to within ICANN. We are one of the constituencies within the Commercial Stakeholders Group, which sits in turn within the Generic Name Supporting Organization, or GNSO. The purpose of the IPC is to represent the interests of intellectual property owners globally and to ensure that those interests are reflected in the policy recommendations that are developed by the GNSO and approved by the GNSO Council to the ICANN board. Our members come from a range of the content industry, brand owners, law firms, trade associations. We have 3 categories of membership, one of which covers international associations, things like the International Trademark Association and other internationally based organizations. So, for example, even though INTA might only be one IPC member, they in turn have 10,000 members. So we really do reflect, for example, at the association level, a really broad range of views. Another category of members are national, state, or regional associations and entities that focus on intellectual property interests. And the third category of membership, which actually is growing every week really, are the individuals and entities, corporations, agencies, and the like. The primary criteria for membership is that you have to have an interest in intellectual property as it relates to the DNS, the domain name system. Our application is available on our website, which is ipconstituency.org. And we ensure that all members have the opportunity, new members have the opportunity to engage with current members, almost something along the lines of a buddy system, to really ease the transition into the ICANN world. So the IPC is structured in such a way that we have 4 officers. We also have 2 counselors who represent our interests at the Generic Name Supporting Organization, or GNSO Council. I actually was one of those 2 counselors for quite some time before becoming president of the IPC. Within the IPC, the way we structure the work is that we have an informal committee structure where individuals can indicate what their particular interest is, whether it's just a particular topic or whether it's a much broader topic, things like, on the one hand, who is, or registration directory services, as we're calling it now, on the one hand, or on the other hand, broader issues such as the IANA stewardship transition. And that way they have an opportunity to participate in the comments that we prepare and submit to ICANN, to participate in the various working groups that ICANN operates. Also have, within the past several meetings, started having a broader commercial stakeholder group, or CSG, meeting on the Sunday afternoon, so that we can start identifying really what are the primary issues for that particular meeting. What are the issues that we want to talk about in our stakeholder group meeting? What are the issues that when our stakeholder group meets with the ICANN board, we want to be able to address? In terms of the issues that we're really looking at right now, I think everyone is focusing on IANA stewardship transition and the enhanced accountability mechanisms. But other issues that the IPC has had a long-standing interest in are, for example, who is, or registration directory services. And we are all starting to read and absorb the new expert working group final report that was just released. And we're looking forward to being able to contribute to the dialogue on that as it moves through the process. Another issue that we are very interested and concerned about is the implementation of the rights protection mechanisms that were adopted for the new GTLD program. How are those working? Is the Trademark Clearinghouse working for trademark owners? If not, why not? Are trademark owners finding that the sunrise processes, which are the pre-registration periods for trademark owners that every new GTLD must have, are those working for trademark owners? If not, why not? Similarly, to the extent that we have identified or have concerns about either existing or potential compliance issues, we have a very good dialogue with the compliance team in order to make sure that those are brought to their attention before they really become very significant. The best piece of advice I would give to newcomers to ICANN is just to be patient. You shouldn't expect of yourself that you can come to your first meeting and immediately become an expert in all of the issues. The issues, in some cases, have been discussed for many years, such as who is. And other issues are the result of very intensive work over a relatively long period of time. So just be patient. Make sure that you ask questions when you have them. And I would say probably the best thing you can do is when you have time in between meetings, in between sessions at the ICANN meeting, is just go to the ICANN website and pick a section that looks like it would be of interest that you're not familiar with, and read a document or two, or take a look at what is being said in the ICANN blog, or even Twitter feeds about ICANN, I find are also very helpful. My experience in terms of coming to ICANN was rather unusual in that I was elected as a GNSO counselor before becoming kind of rising through the ranks, so to speak. So I really did go in off the deep end. But on the other hand, that's kind of my personality. And I found that I really had a great opportunity to learn from my fellow counselors and the rest of the IPC community.